30 years ago, Auburn basketball made history. Never before and never since has a Tiger team made it to the Elite Eight of the NCAA tournament. That one did. Today, we recognize that team led by now Associate Head Coach Chuck Person.
I think the greatest memory is how far they were able to come from where they started. We put them in the lineup as freshmen, and we would fill in with a junior college player here and there to make the depth just a little bit better, but they kind of grew together. Every one of them came to the end of the program being a high school star.
The best memory of it is the fact that we were so close as teammates. We lived together at Sewell Hall. We were kind of bundled right there in the right corner on the second floor, all of us. And we did everything together. We ate together, we prayed together.
One thing about the group of guys that we had was that we were all close. We were all, we had been together for a while, and that made a difference. You know, Chuck had been here 4 years, you know, that was my third year, you know, Frank's third year, you know, Jeff's second year. We had played at least 2 years together.
Coach Smith, who I respect dearly, he was probably, from my aspect, was probably the best coach that ever been here at Auburn.
It's kind of funny, I can remember some of the different stories from being out there dealing with the different guys. And one thing Sonny did that I always look back, that he always pushed the right buttons with the right guys. He knew who we needed to play that night, needed to have a big game, and he could push the right button with that person.
Auburn was just building its resume. We had just been our third NCAA tournament ever in Auburn history, and Sonny obviously started that back in 1984. But to go out and do the things that we did in a short period of time with such a great crew classes that we had, it was something special to me. Sonny could really coach.
Gerald White, for instance, averaged 29 points a game in high school, and we had to turn him into a distributor, you know, and I remember how difficult and how rewarding that was. And we got Chuck Person and we got Chris Marsh, both who needed shots, and we were able to distribute those things out equally and keep them both happy. And the thing, I thought I had such a monumental job of putting that together. They put themselves together, is what they did.
I can remember being in Long Beach, California. They all brought us together before the game and told us, they said, hey, if you guys win, you don't have to go back to Auburn. You can go straight to Houston and go to the Elite Eight. I was like, wow, we don't have to go back. So everybody thought that was great. Later on, as I found out, they were going to do that anyway. They just used it for motivation. So they always knew what the right button to push with us and stuff.
We knew we had a rough road because we wasn't seated as high as we should have. We started this season with great aspirations to be one of the top 2 or 3 seeds in the country because we were rated so high at the beginning of the year.
The very first game we played was against Arizona, and no one expected us to win.
To have to go through Arizona with Sean Elliott and Steve Kerr, who is now the head coach with the Golden State Warriors, to beat them and then face St. John's, the #1 team in the country that year, with Walter Berry and Mark Jackson, and with the great Lou Carter-Suck as head coach. Everyone thought that, hey, that's the end of the road for Auburn, but we had a team that was very resilient, very well coached, and we just took it one possession at a time.
They had Walter Berry, who was the National Player of the Year. We beat them.
And then we got to UNLV, the Running Rebels. They were very strong with Armand Gilliam and some of the guys who could shoot the basketball. And again, another great coach, Tarkanian. And we were able to come back in the second half after being down by, I think, double digits in the first half. We came back and made a run and got by them.
One thing I'm kind of proud of, actually, we went through the whole tournament playing a zone. And that's very difficult to do in NCAA time. I think that the team that probably bothered the most was Las Vegas, UNLV. I thought they were much better than us, talent-wise, physicality, jumping ability, but they couldn't handle the zone.
And then we thought Wow, one more game from the Final Four.
The final game, we play against the University of Louisville. Purvis Ellison, Billy Thompson, Milt Wagner, who used to be a assistant coach here. That was a very good game. And Chuck, man, I tell you the truth, we came out on fire.
They were coached by Denny Crum, Hall of Fame coach, and obviously Sonny is our head coach. And we were up one with the ball with about 3 minutes to go with a 45-second shot clock, and I could smell the Final Four in range.
I thought we were going to win it. The reason I thought we were going to win it, Louisville switched to a zone in the last 10 minutes of the game. It could have been more than that. And this team, you just could not play them a zone. They would kill you. Chuck personally would kill you. Jeff Moore became really effective against zones playing on the inside because he could step away from the basket and make 15-footers. He was left hand. And I thought when they went to the zone that we had them. And we made a mistake in the last 2 minutes that cost us a game. And I agonize over that a lot. But Louisville won the national championship, and deservedly so.
But it was probably the greatest time of my life as a youngster. It really helped me become the man that I always thought I would be coming up from Brantley, Alabama, just coming into Auburn at 17 years old as a boy.
What I'm hoping is that the memory of the journey that these guys took is going to be always remembered by Auburn people. I want it to be like a punt that made a big difference in a football game. We had a name for that. I wish something could happen, because this I think this is as far as anybody's ever been. There was a journey that people should be remembered forever, and I hope that they do.